This caused Yu Wenyuan to look more at Lu Shangkai. The more wrong his face became. Because of him, I can't forget what the kid told me. Lu Shangkai, I have no intention of making you king. The Dacian Federation is going to launch a general attack on Huangdabang, and as the president, Yu Wenyuan is ready to participate in the exhibition. As for why he did it, this is all because not long ago, Huang Kaiman found Yu Wenyuan alone. And tell him, Levi Shangkai, I have no intention of helping you become king. As soon as the sentence comes out, he couldn't help but feel a little surprised. I didn't expect this guy in front of me. He actually knew that Lu Shangkai was such a good person. But what happened next shocked him even more. That is the real purpose of Lu Shang. Is the command of the Dacian Federation. He wants to get rid of you. Make yourself king. When I heard that, even Yu Wenyuan was stunned for a moment. But he soon calmed down. The disease slowly came to Huang Kaiman's side. You kid came up and said amazing words like that? But why do you think I will believe what you say? After Qiao Zhanhuang, Cao Min did not answer. His tone immediately became cold. Emperor Gang Wei Mayan also let me down a little too much. How could you come up with such a clumsy Li Jianji? This time, depends on your little one having the courage to list. To see me alone. I can let you go once. And he did exactly what he said he did. When even ready to turn away. But Huang Kaiman is not ready to give up. Although, the other party not only sees that he is a member of the Emperor Gang, and not at all interested in what he said. But Dynasty is sensitive and sure of what he is going to say next. The clerk is 100% interested. Do you know why the Federation couldn't win against the Emperor Gang? As soon as the sentence comes out, just as Yu Wenyuan was about to leave, he stopped. And he looked back at Huang Kaiman's eyes. Filled with murderous intent, obviously hit the pain point. If Huang Kaiman doesn't give a satisfactory answer, he's not going to walk out of here today. But Huang Kaiman was already prepared for this. He should have said, the reason why the Federation cannot move forward, it's because Lu Shang doesn't want to. The Emperor just lost early, and this is exactly what he expected. Successfully attracted Yu Wenyuan's attention. But he went on. The teacher said, I thought you had found out. After all, Emperor Gang's current strongest battle order, Emperor Wu, is not here, and Park, who plays the role of a staff officer, she has been in a coma. If I were the chief of staff of the Dacian Federation, I will definitely take this opportunity to launch a general attack. But let's not talk about the general attack now. Shanghai has been obsessed with small-scale battles instead. As if he was deliberately asking the Emperor to help the dog catch his breath. And the reason why he did that, it's because he needs time to master the connection. Inner unity. Before this, although Yu Wenyuan probably expected Lu Shang, I want to get something through the Federation. But I didn't expect it at all. What he wants. It turned out to be his seat in the Federation. If only he. As a prank of the Emperor Gang. So there were a lot of interesting parts about that. But I can't trust this unknown guy. What's more, what he said is unsubstantiated. About this, Huang Kaiman also expected it. After all, today is their first meeting. It's normal for the other party not to trust him. You want to prove that I didn't lie to you. It's very simple. You only need to give an order. That is, to launch a general attack on Huangdabang. If Lu Shangkai really wants to help you become king, he will definitely help you. But if what I say is true, then he will stop you from launching a general attack. But about this plan proposed by Huang Kaiman, Yu Wenyuan did not give an answer. And Huang Kaiman also saw through his concerns. After all, this doesn't sound like something someone would say when they meet for the first time. However, he was certain that the other party had. I realized that Lu Shang had ulterior motives, so he didn't say much about it. Just turn around and walk away. But Yu Wenyuan stopped him. Ask him who he is. Why are you sending me such a warning? You can take me as a nuisance for now. Emperor Huang Wu's people. But I have to warn you of one thing. If you don't take what I say seriously, sooner or later, Lu Shang will annex the Federation. The first time the two ended their conversation, Yu Wenyuan found the chief of staff. Let the other party report the situation on the front line. But Lu Shangkai avoided the important points. Show him a few more days. The next battle plan can be formulated. But he wasn't finished. Yu Wenyuan turned around and left. And tell him not to worry. The next battle will be designed by me, myself, This sudden change. Shan Yu Shankai couldn't help but feel a little surprised. In the end, I still endured my fear and asked my doubts. President, why did you suddenly decide to make a battle plan yourself? Because, except for that time at Jiagawa Bridge, Emperor Huangwu has never appeared, and Park Shi is also in a coma. I want to get rid of the emperor list that is currently only empty shells. What other battle plan do you need? Just when Lu Shan wanted to say something, Yu Wenyuan interrupted him directly. It seems that this battle does not require your participation, so you can take a vacation after a long time. So the next morning, the Great Iron Federation held a general meeting, but Li Rongshu, who ranked 8th, was very confused. I don't know what's going on now. And Ming, who ranks 9th. Du Sham is just like him. After all, the chief of staff did not notify. The two couldn't help but hope. Looking back, the president should have not ordered for almost 2 years. So many people have been gathered. I saw the huge square. It's full of people from the Federation. After Qiao Jianren arrived almost, Li Tianhao, who was ranked 2nd, began to shout. But listen up. The president wants to issue an order, and the clerk Yu also went straight to the topic. It means that the Dacian Federation has not been available for a long time altogether. The reason why I called everyone here this time. Just to end the battle between us and Huang Debang. From now on, the Great Iron Federation will move from total war. Upgrade to launch a general attack on Huang Debang. When Jin Lechen on the other side. When I got the news, the instant noodles in my hand are suddenly not fragrant. After all, the Emperor gang. Now, we're in an unprepared situation. If not summoned immediately, Brother Zexian and the other captains. I'm afraid I can't stop this general attack. There is no need for that, because it's me who goes to Wenyuan. Propose to launch a general attack, but don't worry too much. Even if the Federation wants to launch a general attack now, they can't do it either. But these words made Jing Lechen very confused. I don't know what that means. Didn't you launch a general attack on Wenyuan? Things are as you said. The imperial state is in a defenseless situation. If you are attacked in this situation, maybe the emperor state will fall. But that guy definitely doesn't want to see the situation. Speaking of which, the corners of his mouth can't help but rise slightly. Meanwhile, the other side, Lu Shankai also fell into the general Huang Kayaman with a mobile phone. When it disappears, it doesn't matter. But that's different now. After all, judging from the recent battle, the phone in that kid's hand can still be used for command. Emperor State. If I want the baton of the Emperor State, then I have to stop. This is the general attack. But if I'm right, his intention must have been to induce me to think so. Looking at the video in my hand, and he was lost in thought. Moments later, he gave a crazy smile. Huang Taoman. Long time no see. Your courage has become even greater. He actually wants to provoke my relationship with you Wenyuan, to steal my power. It's really getting more and more interesting. Then I'll break your game upright. I didn't expect the order of Yu Wenyuan, King of Daishan. It was opposed by 3 captains at the same time. Among them is his deputy Li Tianhao. Faced with such a situation, Yuan Yuan asked how to resolve it. It wasn't that long ago, since Huang Debang was a martyr in the battle. As a result, Long Yigao returned to the United States, a subsidiary of the association. This is also the school bully in the school. Becomes the same as usual. Start collecting protection money in full view of the public. And as a member of the group, Jiang Shiju, even more smiling, because he can earn a living from it. The only pity, it's just that Huang Tao Minmin kid is not here. As for chores, like collecting money, naturally, it was handed over to his younger brother, Han Changxi, and he was very happy about it. But Song Mingguo on the side gritted his teeth angrily. He regretted not being in charge of the Emperor gang. Go to Han Changxi, this old man. Rat people eat a few mouths. I'm afraid I won't have that opportunity in the future. After all, according to the rumors he had heard, the Emperor state is currently in a state of total collapse. When I think of this, Song Mingguo trembled with anger. Han Changxi came to his side. He didn't even notice, until the other party asks him for protection money. He just reacted, reaching for the phone in the sleeve of my clothes. Show Han Changxi his transfer record from yesterday. But his behavior aroused the dissatisfaction of the other party. So I reached out and hit him twice. As for the reason for hitting someone, it was Song Mingguo's action of picking up his phone just now. Let Han Changxi mistakenly think that he is going to do it. The two reminded everyone before leaving. I advise you to prepare your graves for next month in advance. Otherwise, you will taste the consequences of not getting on your feet in time. After they leave, Song Mingguo whispered a complaint. If I could take control of this place, you two are dead. But he soon returned to reality. Start complaining about your miserable life. This also reminded him of Dynasty Rice. Because, in the old days, Song Mingguo often, and Huang Cao Min shares this feeling. But now, he doesn't know where he is. Another point at the same time. Jin Lechen, preparing for the upcoming duel. He did 100 weight-bearing push-ups on purpose for this. After doing all this, he didn't forget to thank Huang Kaomin. But he was still very worried. I don't think it's the way to stay idle like this. If only Lu Shan was there, not following your plan. What to do then? But Huang Kaomin told him not to worry. Levi Shankai will definitely stop you when you want. Launch the motherland, because the last time he commanded a war, must have found that I have come back. That is to say, he has the opportunity to gain command of the imperial state. But if the Emperor Gang is defeated by the Federation, he has no interest in taking this command. So as long as he doesn't want to miss this opportunity, then he will definitely stop the general attack. After all, your decision was too hasty. Right now, Quan Jido and Li Kmu are still injured. Unable to return to the front line to fight, but his actions aroused you when you want suspicion. Because he really did what the little guy said. Reacted. Although I don't believe the little one 100%. But Lu Shankai's reasons for opposing the head office are not clear. This guy obviously has other intentions. So he went straight to the point. Express that you don't understand. You as chief of staff. Theoretically, there is no reason to stop the general business. Or is there any other reason? Speaking of which, Yu Wenyuan's eyes suddenly became famous. But Lu Shankai did not feel timid about it. Instead, the answer with righteous words will be President. You seem to have misunderstood me. I'm not alone in opposing the general business. I just said that. Footsteps came from this place. The people who came were the three main cadres of the Federation. One of the leading guys. It is Li Tianhao, Yu Wenyuan's deputy, and against total justice is their opinion. This sentence made Yu Wenyuan feel a little puzzled. I wonder why they object. Among them, Li Tianhao was the first to express, I'm not blindly disapproving. It's just not the time yet. We think so. Let's cancel this order for the time being. But Yu Wenyuan is still very dissatisfied with this. Can't help but ask. Are you not in my absence? Held a discussion. It's my first time seeing you two so sympathetic. Li Tianhao Wenyuan changed his tune slightly. He also wanted to express his gratitude to the emperor. Launch an offensive no less than the president. But if you fall into a trap like last time, then we will be devastated. That is to say, the Federation is under the premise of dispatching all personnel. It also needs to be reserved a little bit. The Chief of Staff saw this as an opportunity. Let the President listen carefully to the opinions of the cadres. After all, they are also interrupting apprentices for the sake of the Federation. The last three said in unison, President. This is our request. I hope you can accept our opinion. Yu Wenyuan, who heard these words, fell silent. Finally forced to. I had to agree to everyone's request. After this, He Shankai thanked Li Tianhao alone. After all, he was with Yu Wenyuan, the Dacian Federation founded together. If it weren't for his participation this time, the president will definitely not agree to their request. But he asked the other party not to make mistakes. The reason why he persuaded Yu Wenyuan. Just consensus. And that doesn't mean I agree with you. Although I don't know about you. What the hell is this guy doing? But don't think I'll do what you want. Before leaving, he also warned the other party. Don't think. All the horses are on your chessboard. Then he stormed the door without looking back. In a huge room, only Lu Shan was left alone. This took him by surprise. I didn't expect Li Tianhao to be quite difficult to deal with. But, since he intends to act according to his own will, that's fine. The most difficult thing to deal with is Huang Rumen. He gave me a lot of bad ideas. This time, actually went to see me and you when you won. Opposite point. Too bad you still missed a bit. That is, those who oppose Wen Yuan's opinion will not forgive, but all the cadres of the Federation. When I think of this, a smile appeared on the corner of his mouth. Come on. Erase all your paintings. Next, I'd like to see what you do. Another point at the same time. In a luxury community, Wen Yuan is looking into the distance alone. He doesn't know when it started. The guys who used to listen become daring to disagree with my opinion. It seems that I really need to remind. Who is the true king? So the next afternoon, he led his own SS. Came to King Gao. When the students here see the fishtail, they look far. Suddenly froze in place. Cold sweat on his forehead. The next second, he was punched and sent flying by Wen Yuan, while the other mate ran back to the intimate headquarters. Tell everyone the news here. When Jin Zi first heard these words, also slightly stunned, he didn't expect it. How things go, although Huang Kaiman really expected it. But this time, the lineup is very luxurious. Everyone is tall and big. The leader. It is also known as Yu Wenyan, the king of Daishan. But even so, Wang Kaiman still didn't feel panicked. Instead, a smile arose at the corner of his mouth. How strong is Wen Yuan's youth team? It only took 10 minutes to break through the entire Qingbai. You know, before that, Qingbai has never been breached. He is known to the outside world as the indestructible copper wall. But this statement, it is only because Wen Yuan has never been here in person. After all, the defense here is in his opinion. It's like a paper jug. And the other party, he was shocked and speechless by the statement. The next second, he was punched to the ground by Wen Yuan. Eyes turned white, instantly lost consciousness. In Wen Yuan's consciousness, as long as a person has absolute power, and that means dominance, can hit the weak, even everything except me. But he still longs to dominate more. That's why he united the weak who ruled. This is his power, Daishan Federation. And it turned out to be very successful. Every time I fight, I just stand there and watch. The weak I rule will themselves come up and help me out of trouble. After all, power itself will have greater power. This power allows me to control more things. It's like a pyramid. And I'm at the vantage point inside. But in my pyramid. But something intolerable happened. That's the weak I rule. How dare you refute my order? So I'm going to show my strength again. Not just for the enemy. You have to impress them. Let them know. A person with absolute power can dominate others. And that person above the weak is me. But the situation of the war gradually reversed as reinforcements arrived. When you were about to fall into a headwind, Clark Yu decisively chose to join the battlefield and kill. Ask the other party why they haven't seen Jin yet. Zexian finished the sentence. He threw a right hook, knocked the other party out. And the force of this blow is also amazing. He actually sent the man flying 10 meters away. Until 2.5 seconds later, he just lay on the ground motionless. This made everyone with light arms suddenly sweat. Fundamental. I can't imagine how to resist the gloves of that monster. So far, Wen Yuan's strength is beyond imagination. If this continues, I'm afraid he only needs himself. You can break through the blue wall known as the Iron Wall. Also, because of this punch. As a result, the momentum of the Federation suddenly rose sharply. They quickly rushed back up. But just then. But there was a loud roar. Only we are really powerless. We need Brother Zexian to come to the town farm. It was Jin Lechen who was wearing the Emperor's uniform. Unexpectedly, the King Gao of the tribal golden suit was actually pierced by Wen Yuan. Faced with such a situation, even Jin Lechun was sweating profusely. So he turned and ran. I'm going to invite Brother Zexian to testify. But his behavior aroused Wen Yuan's curiosity. The younger brother next to him saw this and quickly started popular science. It means that the kid is the king of the 4th Brigade of the Emperor Gang. The clerk Yu, who heard these words, felt a bit of an accident. He just thought that guy just an ordinary ant. Save if that's the case. Instead of hitting a few small fish and shrimp guarding the entrance, then it's better to apply for that guy. After all, the 10 characters I experienced personally are Kanazawa, Sean. The other party happened to be his right and left hand. Therefore, Wen Yuan decisively ordered, let the crowd go after that guy. And Jin Lechen is behind the crowd after Kiao Fitness. His reaction is bigger. Not only run away. He also asked for help from Kanazawa Senral. They didn't care. She followed him into the gym. But the environment inside is very dark. Make people feel a little uncomfortable. So people started whispering. Are all the guys who complained about cheating nocturnal animals? Even the fishing clerk rushed to disdain. He thought there would be an army hiding in the gym. The results were extremely disappointing. But in the next second, the door of the sports gate was closed. He also deliberately surrounded it with chains for more than a dozen times, prevents the people inside from using violence to open. When the people of the Federation reacted, it's obviously too late. But they didn't care. Because even if it's a trap, with the strength of them and the president, can also handle easily. But Jin Lequin is dismissive of this. It's just your idea. After saying this, he took off his sunglasses. And Huang Taoman saw the connection. The gang came to the stadium. He released a new secret. That's when we start fighting back. He first asked his brother's crowd to cover everything. Shine into the gym. And they took out the slate that they had prepared in advance. Put them on the wall one by one. Sounds coming from outside. It made Wen Yuan feel a little bad in his heart. Soon, they began to block the second layer of sunlight. This is what other people have noticed. But they can't do anything at all. I can only watch helplessly. After a while, the entire stadium was shrouded in darkness. This caused everyone in the Federation to lose sight. Because of the human eye, the time it takes to adjust to the dark is about 30 minutes. And the eyes of the Federation. We are in a state of darkness. It's called blindness. That's why Jin Lechen put on sunglasses in advance. In order to easily adapt to the next environment. There is also a group of members of the Emperor Gang hidden in the gymnasium. This leads to the battlefield. At this time, presenting the situation on one side of the island. After all, they got here half an hour early. And in order to adapt to the dark environment. Before each other broke in. Keep your eyes closed. In this case, no matter how strong. If you can't see anything, there's nothing you can do. Feeling the constant pain on my face. Wen Yuan gradually fell into anger, so much so that he subconsciously said a sentence. Which presumptuous guy is it? How dare you attack me? As a result, the next second he was hit hard on the left face. Look at the situation in front of you. The muttering of Jinglechun Zhao Sheng. I'm sorry. Not an individual, but a group. I saw the dim gym. No less than 30 people pounced on Wen Yuan. Their faces glowed. Zhou wants to personally take down the president of the Daisian Federation. 2.5 hours later, Kanazawa Prefecture has finally arrived here. I'm not sure I agree with that approach. But it still has to end well. Kanazawa-sen fights Yuan, Yubang, etc. Sword versus United King. The battle of the century went to waste. Book. Pick up. Due to the clerk, the light guard he led fell into the enemy's trap, causing heavy losses to the police. Only 10 minutes have passed. Wen Yuan was the only one left on the battlefield. And in the following time, the emperor helps everyone spear. The head is pointed at this king of Daisian. Everyone here wants to be able to control themselves. Come and solve this problem yourself, the long-known overlord. But can things really turn out the way they want? After half an hour, Kanazawa Senral also came to this block stadium, although he was very reluctant to end up in this way. The person who became famous, Long King of Daisian, but he can't help it. I have to fight for this. Draw a perfect conclusion. So he ordered his 2 team members to open the door. The moment Kanazawa Sean entered the door, the tragedy in front of him also shocked him. Frowning slightly, only at the feet of Wen Yuan, lying in a row of Federation players. And he was bloody. Clearly a spent force. But he has lived up to his name as the King of Dacian. As for the Emperor Gam who besieged him, also scarred. The moment Jin Lechen met the captain, it's also a relief. He couldn't believe it. How could someone survive countless attacks? Still standing there. And Kanazawa-sen, to show respect, he also took off his coat. Prepare to meet this lingering man with power. The wheezing king of the field. By the way, it also draws a perfect end to this battle. But when Wen Yuan heard the sentence, like hyped up, directly rushed to Kanazawa Prefecture regardless. Prepare to break up with him. And Wen Yuan's strength is also beyond Kanazawa Prefecture. Expected? He really didn't expect to be injured so badly. To be able to use such a difficult ladder. This also caused him to not fully block the blow. It flew 10 meters away. When he stood up again, Wen Yuan had already appeared in front of him. I can't help but praise the strength of the Emperor State. After all, this is the first time someone has pushed me to this point. Facing Wen Yuan's ridicule, Jin Zishan did not choose Li Kuei, but to advise the King of Dacian in front of him. Now is not the time for leisurely talk. Embarrassed on all sides is your current state. And the smell of gunpowder between the two is also a mistake. They got together before they could say a few words. One round down. Wen is far from gaining the upper hand. Because Kanazawa Prefecture's fist is very powerful, even though he only took one blow. There was a fire in his cheek. As for Kanazawa-shan, he also holds the same attitude. He couldn't believe it. Wen Yuan is actually in this state. Can wield such terrifying power. Just a monster. So then I was distracted for a while. Wen Yuan took the lead. The first to shake his fist. But he soon came to his senses. And find the flaws. An uppercut punch hit Wen Yuan's jaw. I fought this blow. It's going to be a little overwhelming for him to say less. Unexpectedly. It only took him 2.5 seconds to get it right. Holding back the pain, he grabbed Kanazawa-shan's clothes. And then there's an onslaught. I can't help but mock. Don't you think? I'll just end it here. But this attack came down. Kanazawa County gritted its teeth and endured a coal pit. When this offensive is over, his body was half on his knees. And Wen Yuan was also tired and out of breath. Jingla Chunjian on the side, the situation is not good. I want to greet the remaining brothers. Let's go support the captain together. But Kanazawa-shan stopped him. But he doesn't care. After all, Wen Yuan is just like Emperor Huangwu, known as the strongest man. I can't let him get embarrassed by the gang fight. Forced exit. So he forced his body to stand up. And said that Wen left me alone to solve it. The speech made the other party feel very puzzled. You actually want to rely on yourself to block my attack? Are you sure you won't regret this stupid decision? Don't worry, I won't go back on it. With Kanazawa-shan's answer, the two sides scuffled again. But this time, there was an accident. Wen Yuan suddenly felt, your body can't move. Just like the situation of Emperor Huangwu last time, the body has reached its limit. When I think of this, and he had a look of relief. So you feel the same way too? Subsequently, he was sent flying by Jin Ziqian's fist, and this time it fell. He never got up. For Wen Yuan's tragic situation, Kim Ziqian did not feel regret. Because that's how it ends to be king. It's just early.